George Washington's birthday. George Washington was the first president of the United States. He is called the father of his country. His birthday is February 22nd. Story of George Washington. George Washington was born February 22nd, 1732, in Virginia. His family was rich. They owned a large plantation. George loved parties and dancing. It's called Mount Vernon. He was very kind. He gave money to many poor people. George Washington is called the father of his country. He was the leader of the American Army in the War of Independence. He did not ask for any pay for this. The war was very difficult. One winter at Valley Forge, the soldiers had no warm clothes or shoes, but they did not leave George Washington. He was a good leader and they loved him. The Americans won the war. A new country, the United States, was born. After the war, George Washington was the leader of the men who wrote the Constitution for the new country. George Washington was tired. He did not want to be president, but everyone voted for him. He was elected the first president of the United States. He was a very good president. He was elected a second time in 1793. He was first in war, first in peace, and first in the hearts of his countrymen. The story of George Washington exercises. Did you know these words? Find them in the story. Draw a line under them. Copy the words. Write the meanings. B was born. Rich, own, plantation, party, kind, president, country, leader, army, war, independence, difficult, father, countryman, soldier, close, win, won, constitution, tired, elect, peace. Complete the sentences. George Washington was born where? Where was George Washington born? He was born in Virginia. I don't know the answer. Oh, no. Blank, blank, comma, blank. Mount Vernon, Virginia? Oh, sorry, guys. George Washington is called, number 2. George Washington is called the what of his country? George Washington is the father of his country. He was the leader in the American War for what? He's the leader in the American War for independence. George Washington was the first what of the United States? George Washington was the first what of the United States? Where's my pencil? He was the first president. He was the first president of the United States. Write Lincoln or Washington after these sentences. He was born in Kentucky. Lincoln or Washington? It was Lincoln. He was born in Virginia. Lincoln or Washington? Washington. He was the first president. He was the first president. Washington. He was the 16th president. He was the 16th president. Lincoln. He fought in the War of Independence. He fought in the War of Independence. Washington. He was president during the Civil War. He was president during the Civil War. Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln. He freed the slaves. He freed the slaves. Abraham Lincoln. He saved the Union. He saved the Union. George Washington. He helped to write the Constitution. He helped to write the Constitution of the United States. George Washington. He was a good leader. He was a good leader. Both of them. Washington and Lincoln. George Washington and the cherry tree. There are many stories about George Washington. Here's one famous story. When George Washington was a little boy, his father gave him an axe for his birthday. George wanted to practice with his axe, So he cut down a tree near his house. When George's father came home, he saw that his favorite cherry tree had been cut down. He was very, very angry. "Who cut down my cherry tree?" he shouted. "Who cut down my cherry tree?" he shouted. George was very afraid. He was sure that his father would punish him, but he did not tell a lie. "Father," said George, "I cannot tell a lie. I cut down your cherry tree with my new axe." Number 6. "My son," said George's father, "I am sad that I have lost my cherry tree, but you have given me something better. You told the truth. That makes me a very happy father." He hugged and kissed George and did not punish him. Today, many people eat cherry pie on Washington's birthday and tell this story to children. Today, what happened first? Write the number 1. What happened next? Put it in sequence. Write the number 2, then 3, 4, and 5 to show what happened next. George cut down the cherry tree. George told the truth. George got an axe for his birthday. George's father was angry. George's father was happy. What happened first? George got an axe for his birthday. What happened next? Number 2, George cut down the cherry tree. Number 3, what happened next? George's father was angry. Number 4, George told the truth. Number 5, George's father was happy. He did the right thing. Okay, you can do this yourself. President, find a word. Presidents, find a word. George Washington and the cherry tree exercise. Do you know these words? Find these words in the story. Draw a line under them. Copy the words. Write the meanings. Axe, birthday, practice, cut down, tree, near, favorite, cherry, angry, shout, afraid, sure, punish, lie, tell a lie, told a lie, tell the truth, you told the truth, hug, hugged, kiss, and kissed. So that's present and past. Did you tell a lie? He told a lie. Did you tell the truth? He told the truth. Do you want a hug? He hugged her. Do you want a kiss? He kissed her. Make a comic strip showing the story of George Washington and the cherry tree. Use a large piece of drawing paper. Divide the paper into 6 parts. Draw pictures to show what happened. Write the words that George and his father say. Ooh, visual learning. Draw it out. Happy birthday, George. An axe. Thank you, Daddy. Talk about the ways Americans remember George Washington. Look at George Washington's portrait on the quarter and dollar bill. Washington, D.C., the state of Washington, schools, streets, and many other places and things are named for him. The Washington Monument was built in his honor. His home, Mount Vernon, is open to visitors. Serve and eat cherry pie. Let's do that. Let's get some cherry pie.